Because I have experienced them doing this. I have experienced, you're standing there at a fence to watch the military do a takeover drill at a municipal airport, and a guy comes out of the bushes and says, "You asked me to light this on fire." And I'm like, "Stop it, stop." I mean, folks, I've been there over and over and over and over again, and last night I was remembering all the other times it happened. I mean, and to be on the news, Alex Jones tried to burn down the forest to hurt the military. He's a domestic terrorist. And so a lot of these Michigans are Fed-founded and Fed-run, just like the white supremacist groups, and they're there to try to radicalize and make militias look stupid, and so they can go out and set people up to create the illusion that there's all these terrorist groups out there. There is no doubt that my predictions of the last year and my intensifying predictions that I was sure of it in the last 3.5 months, that there would be staged attacks on IRS buildings, military facilities, and on police barracks. It is now all unfolding. It's all Fed-run, all federally controlled. This Sickles character, we'll get a document cam shot for folks on that or put him on screen for PrisonPlanet.tv viewers, is the prime suspect as the informant inside. We know there is an informant within this group of 8 people, probably more. And he's the guy making videos with a scary voice changer with a guy dressed up as a gas mask festooned thug behind him right out of Central Casting. Looks just like something Adam Gadon would produce. And, you know, he may not be the informant, but I'm just telling you my gut. It's one of these two, just from knowing some of their histories. I've interviewed this guy, and I told him, if you're not a Fed, you're walking right in to a nightmare. Now, Nancy Schaefer, on a separate issue, over the weekend, was shot in the back and her husband shot in the chest. They were not planning suicide. The husband had some mild cancer and was fine. They were Christians. They were exposing child trafficking. She was a former state senator, head of the Eagle Forum, and she'd been calling us the last few months saying, "I got big breaking news." And we get so overwhelmed that I hadn't called her back to have her back on. I had meant to. She was clearly murdered, and we just talked to a documentary filmmaker who talked to her 48 hours before and shot all these interviews with her, and she was planning to meet with him. Everything was fine. Another political murder, because Atlanta is a major child trafficking operation, and she was exposing CPS running it. And I would advise everyone who was working with her, get everything, all the video, all the audio, all whatever she discovered out absolutely immediately, or you may commit suicide. It's big money for the pedophile guilds that run America and feed on our children. And they don't want to be kept away from the children. How many CPS heads, how many child protective services people, how many anti-pedophile police have been caught running the pedophile ops? They're pedophiles. A large percentage of them are the most disgusting demons you could ever imagine. Others just like the cash. And, God, these people, there's no end to the curse that's on this country. We are a cursed nation now. We were a blessed nation. You kill 50 million babies, God removes his protection from your nation. And even if you don't believe in God, I mean, what kind of country kills 50 million of its own babies? For convenience sake. And then doesn't think other dehumanizing things are going to happen. For more than a decade, new doctors don't give a Hippocratic oath to do no harm. The feds have taken over health care. In fact, I promised to go over that. I have here in my stack, a big breakdown. Oh, look, there's a suicide note of financial troubles. I'll tell you, this is so disgusting. Just like there was a suicide note that wasn't in the same handwriting for the D.C. madam, and she told her landlord 2 days before, "I'm being followed. They may try to kill me." No, it's not that she was supplying hookers to the Pentagon and the White House and Congress. No, she committed suicide too, and so did Gary Webb that exposed CIA drug dealing. Oh, there's just no end to these people. But here's the big issue. We are moving in to Oklahoma City bombing 2. We are rapidly moving in to this time period right now. We are moving into this period very, very quickly. And I'm begging folks out there to get the word out now about false flag and stage terror, provocateur, self-inflicted wounds, to demonize the American people and fully sick Homeland Security on the American people. Remember, it was Sky Television and Fox News 4 years ago that began programming people that white Al-Qaeda was everywhere and was going to kill you. And they showed white guys standing up, posing as terrorists from England. And then we went and pulled up the original video. It was a government training video of mock terrorists. They know what they are doing. And they're going to do this so they can rob the American people and take your pension funds. And so they can demonize any opposition to what they're doing and play the part of victims. You think the government lying about congressmen getting called the N-word on the floor and on video, there's no tape, it's a lie, or the Democrats attacking their own office, Denver Post, that's confirmed. If you think they're going to stop there, you got another thing coming. I have experienced myself, my crew, Luke Radowski, and others with the government trying to set us up with weapons and bombs and arson. It's on video in Pittsburgh. It's on video in New York with Luke Radowski. They are so criminal, they will frame you on video and don't even care. That's how evil this government is. Do you understand?